Hello and welcome back to the grid. Welcome back to Let's Build a Megazord. We're having now box number 21, magazines 111 to 116. So after this, it will be just one more box. I'm super excited. And yeah, we only have Megazord parts this time, or T-Rex parts in that regard. 111. This is all repeats of last time. It's the other leg from T-Rex. So let's see. Camera, focus, good. Yeah, it's a bit reflective, sorry. That's 112. And 113. Then we have 114. Plastic noises all over the place. 115. And number 116. Honestly, I thought they would like, hey, here's the cannons, here's the power sword, T-Rex is next time. But no, we're actually will complete T-Rex today. And because it's 120 magazines, well, that's at least what Fanhome says on their website, it will be 2 cannons, 1 power sword, and there are like clear acrylic plating which go in between the legs and certain parts to stabilize Megazord, so that will be the last 4 magazines then. Feels kind of disappointing, honestly, for closing this off, but also will make it very easy to build, I guess. I don't know if we have much parts in, like, hey, here are the cannons, like, boop. Or they maybe give them as a whole. Is power sword the same? I questioned it from the beginning. Do I have to build the power sword out of certain parts and maybe glue it? Please don't. Anyways, I blabbed too much as always. Let's go over to there, to the building table, and start building. Magazine number 111. It's very warm today. It's a lovely 35 Celsius here in Germany. And I thought, do I do this? Because the box arrived today. I didn't mention that in the intro, but I really want to build this sword. So yeah, let's start. As I mentioned in the intro, this is all a repeat of last time's box, of box number 20. This is the right leg, I had to look over to him, of T-Rex, the final one that's missing. And we start out with this silver piece and this metal part. We had that before, we had this part so many times. It goes in here, and we have 2 types of screws. We take the silver ones first, 4 of those go in here, held everything in place, and we see us with the results in a moment. When we're done, this is our result, very easy, just 4 screws. And for the next step, we hold this roughly like this, take this gray plastic part, and this goes in here. Just slot it in and done. For the next step, we take these 2 parts from the last box, from box number 20. The gray part, the small one, rests on here. And then we take this part that we assembled just a moment ago, and this goes on top. We have some black screws we didn't use yet, so take 2 of those and have everything hold together. The 2 screws go in here. This is our result. And the last step for this magazine, we take this silver piece of plastic, put it on here to close off 1 bullet hole. So let's move on to the next magazine. Magazine number 112. We're moving on. The first step is to take this little claw and attach it to the rest of the foot. We need to screw this from the back. We have 2 types of black and 1 type of silver screws. For this we need 3 silver screws. 1 claw gets 1 screw each. This is our result. I hope you can see the 2 screws that holds this together. It has some movement still. It was very hard to get those screws in tight, because metal on metal, I don't remember having issues last time with the other half, but well, happens. We continue with these 3 red and that 1 black part. The parts stack on each other to form one solid piece. Very easy. Make sure that you use 2 screws to hold everything permanently in place. And also take the correct screws. There is 2 types. One with a dome and one with a flat head. So we need those with the flat head. This is our result. And for the next step, we take this part and that one and align this like so. Almost done. Take a screw like before, the same with the flat head, and that goes in here. It's hard to show from this angle. I will screw it together and then show you the result. This is our result. Screw needs to go here. Close that off for now because last step for this magazine goes in here and needs to be screwed with 2 of the screws we didn't have before. So very easy. See you with the results in a moment. Here's our result. Very easy. Just 2 screws. So that's that. Let's move over to the next magazine. Magazine 113. Let's begin. We start with this metal piece and this plastic part in gray. That goes in here. And it's held together with 2 silver screws. This is our result. 1 screw goes here, 1 here. And then we take the foot, this plastic part that slides in here to cover this lower end up, and the just assembled part goes on top. Push it down till it clicks and close everything off permanently with 2 black screws. Here's our result. Screws go here. Super easy. And last order of business for this magazine. This red cap and the other 2 gray-black parts cover up some bullet holes. Red goes on top here, and the blackish things go there and there. I will show you the results in a moment. Here we have our result. The red here, and as I said, black goes there and there. Very nice. Another foot done. Another magazine done. Let's move over to the next one. Magazine number 114. We're getting there. 3 more left. 14, 15, 16, and we're done with T-Rex. Very excited. We start with these 2 pieces, the gray part and the silver one. The gray part slides in here, just like that, and is held down permanently with 4 black screws. Here's our result. Very easy. For the next step, we take this big metal bolt and insert it like so. Push it down till it's flush. I will do that in a second. Make sure that you have it inside like this. Next, we take this assembled part and this metal piece, and this slides on top here till it's flush. When you're done and it looks like this, you can align it a bit because it's movable, that it looks more like so. The last step for this magazine is taking the foot and this upper leg part, bring it together, and needs to be screwed down with 4 silver screws. This is our end result. Very easy. I mean, the last steps, the last boxes overall getting very, very easy. And I don't mind, honestly, because since the electronics are out of the way, everything is a bit like in a video game. You take the lever of difficulty and go, 1 lower, please, I'm here for the story. Let's move on to the next magazine. Magazine 115, almost done for today. And when I look at the clock there running on the recording, very fast. We take our leg and this metal piece goes on here like this and is held down by 1 silver screw. The screw goes in here, and for the next step we take these plastic caps and close off the bullet holes here, left and right. Here's our results, very easy, and the next step will be a bit more challenging. We take the lag. This is movable, luckily. I see you get the idea. And we have this gray part, so as you can see, movable. My hand, everything's in a way, sorry. So this gray part goes on top here, and with 5 black screws, this is held in place so that it can move and won't drop. I will do that and show you the results in a moment. This is our result. As you can see, this gray part holds this together, makes it movable. For the next step, we take this black plastic piece, slide that on top here. Come on. And with this silver part, we close this entirely off, like so. And we need another 3 screws, the black ones, to hold this permanently in place. And we're done. Well, with this magazine at least. 3 screws hold this together, as I said before. So let's move on to the last magazine for today. Magazine 116, the last one for today. And this is one crazy huge T-Rex. Holy cow. Let's start. Next we will apply this metal plate. One on the right, one on the left, and 2 screws hold it down permanently. So I will do that and show you everything in a second. This is our result. You can see the 2 screws holding this plate down. It's the same for the other side. So in total 4 screws. And the last thing that we have to do for today for T-Rex is closing off the bullet holes with these plastic caps. I will do that and show you everything in a second. This is our result. As you can see, every bullet hole is closed off on here. Same as for the inside. For the other side, I turn them around slightly here. Try to give you a 360 of this sword. And I'm very happy with this build. I really enjoyed this build from the first to the last step. I had some moments where I was a bit pissed off. I remember Saber-Tooth Tiger with battery not working, but that happened and I could fix it. What also still works is the light. As you can see, I charged this roughly 2 years ago. As we started out on August 2024, on the 28th of August to be exact, I charged this and never since. So I didn't use it, so this is lasting and that's good. I have one small complaint with T-Rex and one small complaint with my lighting. I don't know what's with the cameras. Now and then it's turning the lights down. I don't know. Anyways, this piece here in the back, when you have the tail connected to T-Rex or when it's flipped up, when you're in Megazord mode, we tried that in the last video with only one leg attached to see how huge this will be in future. All fine and dandy, but when this is this attached, like when it's like this and you have T-Rex on the side, you have some pressure to this and this is not tight enough. The screws, everything is as tight as it can get, but this could be designed slightly different if you ask me, but that is not a big a deal because T-Rex or Megazord in general is a display piece, and I know you could handle that differently, but for me personally, I will, and here's the catch, I will give you my final thoughts on this, and I will show Megazord, tank mode, everything, and compare it, the Zords, to other Zords that I have. I have a Super 7 Ultimates T-Rex. There's an unboxing in the unboxing playlist if you want to see that. Just a small plug for my own channel there. Then there's the 90s Megazord that I own, and there's the Legacy Megazord that I own. So I will compare this here piece by piece on the desk and more there in that room for Megazord, like behind the camera basically, because when this is complete, this is so huge. I might show tank mode here and show Megazord down there, or both. I don't know how I will do that yet, but that's the future plan. So if you watched to this point of the video and you're not subscribed, feel free to do so to not miss out on future content, gaming, Power Rangers related stuff, anything like that. And you will see how Megazord turns out when we have the cannons, the power sword, and a comparison, as I said before, with everything I own. So thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and we see us next time in the final episode when it's time to build a Megazord.